You know what? That's me. Oh.
we got another false start.
I was going to say, you know what that means. And then I was like, you'll know what that. And I was like, I should go through with the accent that I've just accidentally put on here.
Do you want to restart?
No.
Was there an accent in your mind?
There wasn't an accent going on trying to, but
just
then
happened.
what I said didn't come out right and it sounded like I was trying to put on an accent. So I was like, can I go through with this? Pulled out, thought we should start again, but I also don't want to start again. So that's, the Four Wheel Drive podcast driven by Shelter. That was a Southern River band with Let It Ride. I was going to say, you know what that means. It's time for the Four Wheel Drive podcast. YouTube, all our episodes on BackChat. Send us a message on Instagram at the Four Wheel Drive podcast. And now, Patreons, thank you for your support. And if you want to support us, get over to patreon.com/the Four Wheel Drive podcast. That's where you can help us out, keep us on our merry way, delivering extra content for you guys. But
join the other 400.
Yeah.
Divided by 100.
Yeah. 400 waiting, I reckon. They're ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, definitely.
And apologies for the false start, fellas.
No, I was actually hearing where you were going without you even saying it.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it. It was a funny entrance. We were good.
Yeah.
It was going off the cuff.
It was a bit like, you know what that means? I don't know. Ended up like in my head, I was like, I think I've gone Scottish.
You know what the rock's cooking type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if the wrestling was just here, like not long ago. So do you guys watch it when you were kids?
Yep.
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
So do you remember?
Not a lot.
My age is a little bit older than you guys, and when I watched a little bit of it, I wasn't a massive fan of it. But there was a guy. His name was Mr. Ass. Do you remember him?
Nah.
No.
Mr. Ass.
He had Mr. Ass. He had the worst entrance and the worst name. He'd walk in and the song would be like, "I'm an ass man." I'm not kidding.
Wow.
And his like finish move would be rubbing his ass in someone's face that he knocked out. Yeah, it's pretty wrong, eh?
Was this whilst it was still WWF?
Yes.
World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
I believe it was.
I was a WWE
Yeah.
Okay.
child.
Randy Orton, Triple H, Undertaker.
Randy Orton's still going.
Stone Cold.
Triple H, Stone Cold. That was around that era.
Yeah. Undertaker.
Undertaker. Yeah.
Batista.
Batista. The Batista bomb.
Yeah, that was Rey Mysterio is my favourite.
Should we change to a wrestling podcast?
Could do. Definitely don't have enough expertise on that. Randy Orton, though, speaking of, was in Perth.
Yeah, he was.
That's huge.
It was big.
He looks good too.
I'm pretending I know who that is.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
You would know his face, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Wrestler,
Anyway.
obviously.
Anyway, Four Wheel Drive podcast.
Wrestler. Or actor.
Actor. Okay.
Well,
I'm not very good with
because-
actors' names.
Because WWE's acting.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
What
the
are you
other. That's
talking
where I
about,
thought.
bro? That's real.
That's what's that?
It's real.
Yeah, no, it's not, bro.
It's
not real?
You
No, you
just,
think
you
it's
just
real?
ruined it for me. I thought it was real the whole time.
I know.
it.
It's crazy that, isn't it? That's where I thought you were going with it. I thought you were going to say, like, when you were kids, did you actually think they were? And of course, yes, I did until, Dad popped that balloon and was like,
Well, I
"Mate,
did
it's
until
fake."
just now.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Sorry about
At least you still got Santa.
that. That's true. Yeah,
We'll always have Santa.
he is real. So
Yeah.
let's get back on to what we're doing here.
The full drive.
Yeah, I skipped over last time asking how you were last episode. So how are you? How are you, Ronnie?
Well, since last time, I've been very hurt I wasn't asked that question, but no,
Yeah.
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Well, you know what? I didn't ask you because I was like, we need to get through because last week's episode, as we spoke about on the pod, it can go down a rabbit hole, which we did.
Yeah.
But I tried to speed things up. But now I feel like this is just a nice, easy topic to talk about. It's a bit of fun. But
It's like the official, how you going?
yeah, this is Jaden. I know you're good. All right.
Well, I was good.
He's all smiles over
Until
there.
you figured out that Randy Orton's faking it.
The tattoo is looming, right? It's looming?
It's yeah. Well, I mean, we can talk about it.
Yeah, it's not looming. It's
Jump
It's
into
it's
on the
happening?
radar.
yeah.
It's
happening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
well
yeah.
and truly on the radar.
Yeah, it is. It's on the radar.
Yeah.
We'll be doing it
in
soon.
works.
We'll figure out a time with you boys, but we've got a studio. We've got an artist. He's doing up a design now.
Artist.
Shout out to Raf from Bittersweet Tattoo.
Hey.
He'll be doing it. He did my.
So we're going to
arm
have
as
Raf
well.
and Rafa involved.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Good
cool.
Little, good little touch. Can't wait till you put a wheel nut on your own testicle.
Wheel nut on the nutsack. Don't know why you chose it, mate.
This has been a shaky start, fellas. I'm not going to lie. We've stumbled through an intro, and then we continued to talk about wrestling.
that was my fault.
Well, could have been mine because the way I kicked it off. But we're going to go to On the Radar. Now, this is something that has just come across our desks recently.
Yes.
And by recently, I mean as of today, really. Something I'd heard about myself a couple of weeks ago, but I've put towards you blokes today. And it is, well, let's On the Radar. Did I say that?
Yes.
This is the segment that we're in.
This is On the Radar.
This is On the Radar. New vehicle efficiency standards. What do you think of when I say those 4 words, Ronnie?
I don't know. I start to boil.
You did actually off air talking.
Yeah. Look, I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, there are other things to go picking on. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of, like picking on like tradies who are going to buy a ute and are going to potentially pay more to own a ute because of this emission stuff, and then you got SUV 4 drives, but it's only a matter of time before they'll they pick on that kind of stuff. I mean, they picked on bull bars for a while and stuff like that, and I'm sure they'll come back again. You know. Yeah.
So for everyone that's wondering what new vehicle efficiency standards is or means, and I think we need to note that, Jaden, correct me if I'm wrong, it's in the pipeline. It's not a confirmed hard.
Yeah, I don't think anything's confirmed yet. No,
don't take that as gospel either for people listening. But
don't take anything we say as gospel.
Yeah.
This is just something that's on the radar for us.
And what it is basically is anything other than really a small SUV. So anything above that is my understanding. So all of us, with a 4-wheel drive come under that. We're going to be paying more on purchase price brand new. We're not sure about used, but brand new purchase price will be increased, registration will be increased, and insurance on these 4-wheel drive vehicles as of January 1, 2025 is the proposed date that this comes in. Now, Jaden can help me out a little bit on some of the stuff because he's sort of reading as we go a little bit, but basically it's to try and cut CO2 emissions, and by that increase the price of what it actually is to own a 4-wheel drive. Therefore, that's the way that they're saying they're going to cut the emissions down.
So something I just want to jump in with, which is indirectly kind of related. It's going to help get my message across here. I think it was Canada. I think they worked out if they had every single car that was electric in Canada, they would need to build 15 nuclear power plants to power all the freaking cars if every car was electric. Some electric manufacturers, is it Polar or Polaris or something? Volvo maybe even.
Yep.
They have canned
Polaris is one.
doing electric cars because it's not feasible.
Right.
So hybrid is the way to go. But all these things they're just throwing out to people, it annoys the crap out of me because they cherry pick stats.
Yep.
They cherry pick stats so it works towards their agenda. I don't want to get political here.
Yep.
And I don't even vote, so I'm not political. But shit like that just makes my blood boil because they cherry pick things, they manipulate things so they can get, I don't know, whatever it is across the line that they're trying to get.
Yes. Yeah. So what you're saying is you think it's quite a small contributor.
I think it's...
And you think it will be to offset something else that potentially they see as more important that they can't try and reduce.
Why not put this towards maybe big companies that buy massive fleets, like a mining company? What about the tradies, bricklayers, chippies, steelies, all these like family-owned little businesses? They're going to feel the brunt because you need a ute.
Yeah.
People need a freaking ute.
Yeah.
So I've come across something here. I've got the document in front of me, and obviously I haven't read the whole thing, but there are concessions that they're making apparently to heavier vehicles. So, for example, the headline target that they're going is it's CO2 in grams per kilometres.
Yep.
So if the target for that vehicle is 141 grams per kilometres for one car, if a car weighs more than that, say it weighs 1,950 kilos, the effective target for that vehicle would be 156 grams per kilometre. So it increases depending on how heavy your vehicle is.
Right.
There's a set... there's a break point, like there's a limit that you can that they're putting on it.
Okay.
But the heavier your vehicle, the more grams per kilometres of CO2 you're allowed to technically emit in a year, I think.
Okay.
So curb weight or GVM? That's the question.
Yeah, so that I can't see that in here, whether it's curb weight or GVM, but like I would assume that they're going by
GVM.
yeah.
Yep.
It's on it, like not 100% sure. This is something that we probably have to put like another episode to discuss and all
definitely.
that.
So it's on the radar.
Just from the outset,
Yeah.
it's something.
And yeah, I'm getting quite upset about it, so let's move on.
Yeah. Well, just before we do move on, and I Jaden's got in here as well, which I didn't realise when I was reading through it a week or so ago, is the credit system for if supplier comes in under the limit, they get credits. And
Which
I'm
they
assuming
can
that
sell.
so they can almost sell off credits to someone that doesn't another
Another
supplier
business
that doesn't
Yeah.
come under. So
Yeah.
it's interesting all of that. But the one thing that I think it's really going to affect is if you are in the market for a four-wheel drive, consider that if this does get up, and it may already be up, I'm not sure, but if this does get up, when is the right time for you to purchase your four-wheel drive? Because
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars difference, but I think it is a few thousand, if not a couple more. So it's I think it's around potentially what they're, I suppose, predicting is it's about $5,000 on a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Hilux. So
It's a fair whack though.
yeah,
That's a fair whack.
yeah, absolutely. So I think that, and then plus your rego, plus your insurance is all increasing.
Which also goes up, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, and Jaden's deep in the books right now, so he'll have more for us. And I think we can cover this over an episode, but
Yeah,
it's something to think of if you're. My dad's looking at buying a dual cab Ute currently. He's thinking it through and having a look at everything, and it's something that I think he needs to consider.
The thing is though, it starts with new cars.
Yes.
Then once that's in, then they'll move to used
Yes.
cars.
Yeah.
So, so even though most people probably won't buy a new car,
Yeah.
this is a front line.
How does it work
before
when
it'll go through.
when it's a used car though? Like, is
I
it,
don't
if I'm
know.
buying your car, are you pocketing that extra $5,000 that it costs, or
No,
is it all,
it'll be stamp duty
it'll
or
be a
something.
stamp
It'll be
duty
like a
cost to
tax
sell
or
that
something.
car. Yeah.
It'll be on that pink slip thing.
Yeah, I mean, like it couldn't be that, but does that hike the price of the four-wheel drive? There would have to be something brought in for that. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if
It'll be through the stamp duty.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's anyway, it's crazy. But
So you sell a car to someone else. Often people put like a lower price on what they're selling it for and
Yep.
stuff to
Yep.
sort of avoid that stuff.
Yeah.
Which you got to be careful with, by the way. But
but don't get me wrong though. I think reducing carbon emissions is a good thing.
it's a good thing.
It's
But
just
there's
like-
other ways of doing it.
Yeah,
Rather than
and I don't know the other ways, but selfishly as a four-wheel driver, I'm like, hey,
Well, one thing, did you
maybe
see?
big mining companies.
Yeah, mining companies. Did you see the Super Bowl? Do you see the heat map of the plane of all the celebrities and CEOs and big business people? That,
to make it to the Super
all the
Bowl.
jets came in, and then all the jets left, and there were hundreds and hundreds of private jets that were just leaving around. So these guys are flying around everywhere in their private jets, and then like
and you reckon they're making the calls?
the fucking blue collar worker is getting
yeah.
taxed on this
Get what
big
you're
thing,
saying.
and you know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to be careful, don't we, on this topic potentially?
There's lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is get a private jet instead of a full drive.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah. Well, they're all right. Yeah, but anyway, it's interesting. Like you say, there's another rabbit hole there that I think we'll dive into another time
it's
with
a
a bit
rabbit
more
hole.
information.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
that's-
what annoys me are those people sitting behind a desk and, making these kind of decisions. I don't like it.
Yeah, well, I suppose for you, four-wheel driving is your life. That's your lifeblood, as it is to a tradie who uses it for work.
Yeah,
It's a hobby for me. It's not a necessity, but it's a hobby. I love it, and same as Jaden. So it's sort of like it does affect a lot of people too. And I would love to find out a bit more about it and find out what alternatives are.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
As well.
Not knowing the details of it.
Yeah.
Like it'd be good to actually work out down to the dollar what it's going to cost.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because they haven't really announced what it's actually going to cost. You don't know, and when you
Yeah.
don't know, it's worse.
Great on the radar topic though,
Yeah.
because that is it's coming up.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah. Let's move on. We don't know enough about it.
Don't know enough about it.
They haven't told
Well,
us
there's a
enough
lot of
about it.
information out there.
Yeah, there is.
So we'll do a bit of research on it. We'll come back and we'll know a bit more.
We'll try and summarise a bit more. For
it's just
everyone.
something I think we wanted to talk about while it was still.
And we'd love the people's
Still
opinion
early.
too. Like what our listeners think, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And
And
what
don't-
other suggestions do they have?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be. Don't have to agree with us either. Like,
No, if you think it's a good thing, let us
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We're just open to information.
because that's all part of it. So we'll leave it at that. The main topic today is now it's the 5 essentials, but we're just gonna call it the essentials of
What you actually need.
of what we do of camping. So it's interesting where we can take this. But I think I know we spoke about last week maybe branching away from the 76 for an episode, but I think it comes in nicely because it's a change of setup for you. I've got a little bit of a change of setup that I'm about to jump into. So we've got some interesting situations at the moment that have probably
It's like a change.
reminding us what we actually do need. Like you
Yeah.
just said, it reminds us what we actually need. And the one I want to start with, because it interests me a lot, is the fridge setup. So Jaden, sorry mate, I've hijacked your run sheet a little bit, but I want to go to the fridge setup because for camping, something to keep food and drink cold is a necessity.
It is.
It doesn't have to be a fridge; it could be an esky. But I just wanted to get your thoughts on the smaller fridge that you've packed in the 76.
Well, yeah. So I thought it wasn't going to be sufficient enough. I've got a 20-litre fridge.
Yep. Is that a Dometic 20 litre?
It's a little Dometic one.
Yeah.
I think if you had a Unimog, you'd use that as a centre console fridge
Yeah,
probably.
right.
Right? It's too big to fit in like a Land Cruiser as a centre console,
Yep.
but it's almost that size.
Yep.
It's tiny, but for me and Jono, it was enough. It was enough. We look, we're not heavy drinkers or anything like that. Apart from iced coffee, half of it was iced coffee.
Heavy
meat.
iced coffee drinker.
Iced coffee and meat was in there, right? So, and then as things came out, we just put some, cans of soda water and a couple of shelters in there, and then just to cool it all down.
Yep.
Because a full fridge runs better, is more efficient than an empty fridge.
Yes, I've
Keep
heard
it full.
that. Yeah.
Think of it like the empty air. It doesn't retain the coldness.
Yeah, right.
So if you open it, the gust of wind blows it out. But
Yep.
if there's a can there, it's going to retain that coldness. It's much easier for the fridge.
Yep.
But 20 litres was enough for 3 days. Easily enough.
Right.
You just jam that meat in there. And we're talking... it sounds really bad.
He's done it
Ronny and
again.
his fridges.
I'm trying to make it... Jam the steaks and the snags in there.
Not snags either, just steaks.
What are you jamming in there?
Oh, some cheese sausages.
Oh,
and
no.
steaks.
Oh,
You've
we all
done
know
it.
it's just a bunch
Porterhouse.
of iced coffees in there, mate.
Yeah, we do
Porterhouse,
that.
iced coffee.
You've done it again, Ronnie.
I've done it again. I've done it again. Look, it was enough. It was
Yeah.
enough for 3 days.
Yep.
Would I like a bigger fridge in there? Yeah. For a week-long trip? Yeah, definitely. Because otherwise I just got to fill it up with meat and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. So...
I think we'd all agree, though, a fridge or at least a decent esky for a 2-night trip. You could, for some of the decent eskies, hold ice a long time.
They do, but you need. I find you need double the esky that you do of the fridge because you need the cooling. The
Yeah,
cooling
you've got-
element is the ice.
Is the ice which takes up space? Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yep. It's interesting because that's
There's a hack though.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
a
hack.
hack to that.
You fill up your bottles with filtered water and freeze them.
Oh yeah,
There's your ice blocks, and when they thaw out, you got water to
the
drink.
water.
But make sure it's filtered because if it's not filtered, all that salty, chlorine crap falls out first, and your first sip is pretty chemical.
what's even out of a tap?
It's just like all intensely, right?
Like just tap water, you would find that.
I feel just tap
right.
water, yeah. So like filtered water's better. If you got tap water, it's fine. Just let it melt more.
do you
before
blokes
drink it.
have an issue with the tap water here?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
hard. It's a lot of calcium. So you can tell in our
rainwater
kettle.
tank.
You are.
Yeah. Got a rainwater tank. It's way better.
Wow.
It's just unreal. You can't like...
See,
Can't beat it.
I don't have I'm not from here, and everyone that comes over here from Victoria reckons the tap water here is shocking.
Yeah.
It's very chlorine-y. It's
But
very...
I must just be used to it. I don't really have
Yeah.
it. I don't find anything.
Oh, I've drunk it for years, but since having filtered, it's just... It's a bit softer.
Yeah.
It's nicer.
Must be nice.
It's way better.
Must be nice.
But I prefer...
It's not hard to get a filter, Duggo. Come on, mate.
Or a tank.
Captain of the Four Wheel Drive podcast, mate. We're
Put
not
a
paying you
rainwater
enough.
tank out in the front yard. I like it.
But you like, I would say you can't survive on bottled water that's filtered because there's no minerals in it. You need some minerals.
Well, we're getting too sciencey here.
No, but
I don't know the answers.
You
for
need
any
your
of
salts. You need your salts.
Yeah.
Hydrolyte every morning, mate.
I'm thinking about offsetting our emissions from our four-wheel drive. We can't bottle water. Like how we,
that. What's going on?
I don't know. My mind's off track. All right.
No. What's going on with all that?
We should offset some
Like-
chlorine.
Yeah.
Offset like our bottled water. So you're just taking less bottles, taking your own Dometic bottles.
The new water tax.
Where is that?
It's on that side, mate.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I am thirsty, actually. All
What
right.
would you
This is random.
if you're going to pick up if you're going to rate like your 5, let's say, or 8 or 10 most like essential camping items, what's the list? Like swag, fridge,
Swag,
chair.
fridge.
Like
cooker.
what's the order for you boys?
Yeah.
What cooker do you use?
I've just recently got a Dometic little 2-burner.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
Which isn't actually gas. It's like you can hook it into a gas cylinder rather than the little butane
Right.
gas things.
Yeah.
It's got the functions of both.
of both. Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the
No,
fire
doesn't have
knife.
Yeah,
the function.
the fire
Actually, not
knives
of the
what I've
fire
got.
cans.
Yeah.
Sorry, the fire cans. Not of the gas little canisters. It's got. I've only just got it hooked up to a big gas cylinder, but
Yeah.
there's another function to it. But it's really good. It's actually going to become my home kitchen.
Butane,
during-
propane.
Yeah, I don't know. Understand all that. That's why I'm the
It's one of
novice,
the
but-
Ains.
But that's actually going to be my kitchen at home soon because they're trying to do some renovations to the house coming up. So
Yeah.
we're going to lose the kitchen, and the Dometic cooker is going to be my
Okay.
kitchen.
Just have some good ventilation.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Under the patio, out of the wind and the rain, but it's nice and high.
Yeah. Have you used it yet?
Yeah, I have actually.
Goes well?
Yeah, it does. It's really good. Yep, and it kind of looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
I
the
do
Fire
like
Night. The Coleman Fire Night.
Yeah, that's pretty decent size.
It's big.
Yeah,
It's big.
Yeah, one of my mates has got that.
It's good. I've got the there's like a top for it, like a barbecue cooker.
Oh, the big
top,
plate?
big metal, plate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are elite. Put
Yeah.
your bacon on it, your eggs, like all on that one thing. You don't have to have like pans and stuff.
Yep.
Just goes on top, sits on top. Only thing is it makes it really heavy.
Yeah.
But it does, like, you can close the lid with it and carry it all as one. It's just heavier. But
Yeah.
I reckon that's elite. And it heats up so quickly.
It does. It almost too much.
Too quick.
Yeah. So I've got.
Yes.
My
No.
dad gave me his, and yeah, I think there's a hack to it. Have you done that hack where you can reduce the heat that comes out of it?
No, I don't know the hack.
Okay.
I just try and turn it as minimal as possible, but it goes out really quick.
You can almost
But I
start
mean-
a forge with that thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so,
so
hot.
hot.
It gets
Really?
so
Is
hot
that noticeable?
so quickly.
Yeah, it burns your food
Yeah.
pretty
Wow.
quick. If you're not on top
I've
of it.
never turned it like past a quarter.
Yeah, right.
Never.
It doesn't blow out either.
No.
It does not blow out.
They're elite. I mean, like, if the worst problem you have cooking is that your pan's too hot, you've probably got not a lot of problems.
What are they worth?
That is a good question.
I got 260 or something.
Oh, righto.
So the cooker in my troopy is like nearly $400. It's out there, but that's bloody good. It's compact. I've forgotten even what bloody brand it is actually.
$230 for the Coleman. Dometic was about 170, 220 as well.
Yeah. The
Depends on what you're looking
Dometic's
at.
quite a bit smaller, I would say.
It's got the windshields on it.
Yeah, it's a
The
good little,
wind
it's a good little
deflectors.
unit.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's cool.
So the cooker I used while I went away with the 76, I brought an even more compact one, and that's like your old style lunchbox cookers. This was a Coleman one, and I fried my hand. Those the long skinny gas bottles. I put one of those in, and it didn't quite go in properly. It was just I could hear the gas being let out, and I finally got it in there, and then I turned it on, and poof,
Yeah, right.
All the hands on my hairs were gone. I was like, cool.
All the hands on your hairs.
I thought he said that.
There we go.
We're struggling.
Yeah.
I've, maybe everyone says it's contagious because I've been struggling through the start of this.
All the
Now
hands on my
everyone's
hairs.
all the hands on my hairs.
All right.
Yeah.
But back to your question, I think,
What's your order?
yeah, well, I don't know, but I think, fridge, for me, it's a fridge rather
Number
than
one.
esky. Fridge. Sorry, order. I can't give you an order.
Give me an order. Oh. Come on.
An
Well,
order?
something to sleep in then
Yeah.
is number one. Then I would say something to sit in is number two. Then I would say, because
It's all that comfort.
It's all that comfort for this bloke.
and then
Sleep on
because
the
I
ground.
don't want to have I don't want to have a beer or cook my steak and then stand and eat it. If you put it in that order, so
You got a tailgate.
You can't find a...
yeah, but
Can't sit in your driver's seat.
yeah, well then I may as well just sit at home in the car, like, be out in nature.
Can't find
the
a rock.
tailgate is a potential, but
Nice
so what
log.
did I say? I've said
Something to sleep in,
something to sleep
sit
in, something to sit in, something to keep your drinks and food cool.
Yep.
If you're not with the caravan, which I never am, I think some shade or
Awning.
like an awning or a
Gazebo.
gazebo. And another add-on to that, still in the fourth section though, not the fifth thing.
Go on.
This is the fourth.
Walls.
Walls. Because if you are out in the open and you don't have a camper trailer or caravan to retreat to, and you do get wild weather, which happens, you are sitting in your driver's seat and your passenger seat, and so I think
It's an expensive list now.
It is an expensive
Walls
list,
for your
yeah.
awning and
Oh.
stuff I've never found to be cheap.
okay.
Or like your gazebo.
Just- it could just be
gazebo
wall.
could be.
And the
Just one.
space,
Yeah.
as well.
For space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, gazebo.
it's a decent list.
He's got a ute though.
I agree with
And
most of
then
it.
my fifth one, I suppose. What would my fifth one be?
Yeah.
Lights.
What have I missed?
You got 5 seconds for the fifth one.
Oh,
4.
a cooker.
Cooker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Spoke about
Very
it,
good.
yeah.
So
Go, Ronnie.
we didn't tell him, but we're now going to go on a trip, and that's all you're bringing with you.
Well, that's okay because now
it's-
my tailgate, because I've brought a chair, becomes my table.
Oh yeah, okay, but you didn't say car.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, okay.
He's just carrying.
I'm not taking that in a backpack. Although my new Dometic swag, I could. I've got my number one ticket item. I could probably just throw a chair on the shoulder.
It's a lot of Dometic coming out of you, mate.
I know. It's
Yeah, well, it's a
Dometic for
quality
days.
product. You know it. You know it. Dan from Dometic. He's a
is
good fella.
Yeah, I do like Dan. from
great
Dometic. He's a good
salesman.
bloke.
Yeah. So okay, so your table's your tailgate. That's sorted.
Yeah.
That's good. So
'Cause
rather than
I've brought my car. So
rather than saying the order that I'll be thinking about, this is the order I actually brought with me, and there's a few things that I'm missing. So the first thing that went in was the shovel and toilet paper. That was the first thing.
he talks.
Then the battery box went in to power the fridge.
I was just saying, can I just stop you for a second?
Yeah.
The amount of times you speak about toilet paper and a shovel for taking a shit. And you do drink a lot of coffee, so people are putting together the pieces here. Rafa goes to the toilet to take a leak about every 25 minutes. I reckon, I'm picturing in my head, Ronnie's just off for a bog in the bush every hour.
He was up at the crack of dawn.
It's the first thing
Every-
he said
yeah.
on the essentials camping list is toilet paper and a shovel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to have the essentials, mate. you can light a fire with toilet paper too.
Opposite to that, you're not shitting at all.
Oh, no, well, I got my hands. I'd just dig a hole and, I don't know, I'd find a way. I'm not going to wipe with my hand.
The old free seashells.
If I'm close to water, you can give yourself a quick wash, or you grab a good handful of leaves.
Oh, we're going aquabong down.
Wow. Honestly, I didn't think of toilet paper and a shovel either. Like
It's
to
pretty
put on the
essential.
camping
Now I
essentials,
think
but
about
bloody hell, it
potentially
is.
wipe my ass with
It's
my
up
hand.
there.
Okay, well you can dig
Good
for
call,
water.
Ronnie. Good call.
Yeah.
And you can knock out wildlife and eat it.
With a shovel.
Yeah.
It's a weapon.
You can dig for grubs.
now you don't need an esky because you just...
I can invade a camp.
Yeah, but where's he going to keep his cold brews? Hunting brews?
Yeah, good point.
Your coffees.
Or your shelters.
All right, no, sorry, go on.
All right.
Go on.
Shovel and toilet paper.
Yeah.
Is that one item?
Yes.
I'll give you that. You're
Well,
like,
because I put the toilet paper on the shovel. Toilet roll holder. There you go.
there
Sorted.
you go. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I know.
No.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
pointing fingers here. All right, let's move on. Battery box goes in to power the fridge. It's a portable one. It's a new gear I'm testing out, so I'm not going to talk about that yet until I'm happy with it. But that battery box, we didn't have anything to power it with, but all it was doing was powering the fridge. So with a fridge, you can actually plug it into your Siggy plug as well up the front. So while you're driving, you could power the fridge there. That will keep your battery going longer if you have one of those battery boxes just going. It's the most affordable way of having a portable battery with you.
Yep.
You don't have all the charging bits in there.
Suppose I can't charge my fridge now, can I?
No battery?
Yeah, because I didn't say. But I'm assuming I've got a battery in my car. Is that allowed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to say engine and
It's just
all
you
the
don't
other
power while you're
stuff.
driving.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. But it is an it is gear. It's an accessory. That
Yeah, I mean, we are talking camping essentials, not like,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I think
So-
a car's
just checking.
different.
So people are like, "Who didn't even say
Yeah.
battery?" And he's got a fridge.
Yeah. And to be honest,
Not that people say that. Or sound like that.
we've already gone past essentials. By bringing a battery and a fridge, we've actually already gone past essentials.
Yeah, you're probably
Yeah.
right.
So
But this is the order you've packed
this is the
your
order.
76 with.
This is the order that I packed. So shovel, toilet paper first, fridge, the battery to power it, and then a couple of boxes that just had Marva gear in it. Just threw some boxes in, swag on the roof. Didn't bring a table, but the boxes worked as a table. And
yeah.
this was accidental. I wanted to bring a table. Actually, I didn't want to bring a table. I wanted to bring one of those benches. So from BCF, you can get those big tables, but they also had those white benches. So I was going to bring a bench because if I sit in my chair, the bench is at that same height. Because, in a camping chair, they're always lower
Yeah,
and
you're
you're
lower
sitting
than
like
the table.
weirdly,
Yeah.
like it's like you're driving a Harley or something.
The ape hangers. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of that, I was going to bring a bench because it's lower. I can cook right there. Everyone can hang around.
Yep.
With that cheap Coleman cooker, it did the job. Did a really good job. Even I'm burning my hairs off my hands this time. Yep, I got that
Hands
right.
off your hairs.
Yep. And that was more or less it. Yeah. The only thing with when you're cooking in your boxes though, you got to make sure you got everything out that you need before you start your cooker.
Oh yeah.
Because then
Great point.
otherwise you're doing the fire balance dance.
Great point. That's a scary dance. That one.
It is.
I've done that a couple of times.
Especially
yeah.
there's oil in the pan.
Having the tailgate, you've got a pretty good option there for a table, a seat
option.
for anything.
Yeah, I need
You have to park level though.
You did it to the
Yeah.
Hilux, didn't you? The tailgate little
Yeah,
conversion
little storage.
pop-up. Yeah, is that Hurricane?
Yeah, it's hurricane.
Yeah,
But you got to keep something in there you don't need very often because if you're cooking
Yeah.
there, you're like, oh, my spices are underneath here.
great area for like recovery gear.
Yeah. It does get heavy though to tailgate, but
Yeah, it does,
It's a
yeah.
great use of space.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, sorry, just to jump in. You remember the four-wheel drive show in Sydney, the Land Cruiser that won the
Sydney.
modified, the best rig, and it had the tailgate with the cooker inbuilt into it, the hot plate and
Oh,
stuff.
there was a 100 series.
That was Adelaide.
sorry, not Sydney,
Gotcha.
Adelaide, my
Adelaide.
bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do remember that.
That was
cool.
sick.
That was insane.
That was cool.
That was so cool, that car.
That whole car was basically done by the owners, like everything
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
like that style.
Was it built not bought? That was the competition.
Yes.
Yeah, Sam Isles, built not bought,
That's
was
right,
running the comp,
yeah.
and he picked it. And I asked him why did he pick that, and he just said everything on that car for a custom base. It was basically the whole car was custom.
Yeah.
He said it was just so neat.
And they were travelling around Australia too.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Did you
right.
ever chat to them as well?
Yeah. They were living
Unreal
out of the
car.
Yeah,
Unreal
that
car.
was wicked. Yep.
Yeah.
What's your 5, Jaden?
Something to sleep in,
Yep.
fridge,
Yep.
cooker. See, now I want to say toilet paper and shovel.
You can borrow mine.
If I go with Ronnie, I'll borrow his.
You can
Otherwise,
borrow mine.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate
guy.
it. Might be out of toilet paper pretty quick.
One sheet at a time.
Yeah. 3 ply.
lighting, like a torch or something like
Ah, yeah.
that.
There's so
and-
many essentials.
Geez, for number 5,
Yeah, if you're travelling with me, you need a torch.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
and number 5, geez, I haven't said something to sit in, but I think that's outside the top 5 essentials for me because there's always like, a piece of wood or something that you can sit on.
Did you say swag?
I said something to sleep in.
Okay, but if you had a swag, you can sit on it.
Yeah, you can sit on your swag.
Sit on a swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's rolled up. You can
Around
sit
a
on it.
fire, you
I
lean
was
back on
going
it.
to say. Well, then that sucks. It sucks putting it up at night though when you're ready to go to bed. And you finish sitting down. You got to roll your swag out, put it up.
Well, that
It's
goes
dark
back to-
anyway when I rock up, so
Yeah. That's why I've got a torch.
It'd be interesting. We should log this and then literally strip the cars out. You've got your rooftop 10 on top, but you take the 76. I'll
take it off
my
for this
Ranger.
challenge.
You take your 76, and we take only the 5 things that we said, and we'll see who's more comfortable. I'm gonna
You know what? I like that.
be hurting when it comes to the morning time after my coffee, and I'm not allowed to use Ronny's shovel and toilet paper.
Yeah. Okay. On that, then I'm going to say shovel and toilet paper as the 5th.
All right.
Yeah, you
be
don't wanna
able
use the wrong
We'll
leaf.
play this back. We'll
Someone
play this
to sleep
back when
in.
we're ready to do this trip.
Yeah.
5 things, nothing else.
wow.
Wow.
Things.
But you can obviously just like
So it's the
I
top
can stock
5.
my fridge with food and drink.
All right. So when I turn the torch on, you're not allowed to look where I'm pointing it.
No, but I've got my
How,
phone.
how long are we camping for here?
No, you didn't say it in your essentials.
I'm taking my phone.
No, you're not, mate.
Yeah. Well, then I can't take my wallet. How am I going to pay for fuel to get out there? 5 essentials for camping, not for driving and talking. Anyway, I like that idea.
It's a fair
Let's
call.
do it.
There's a few loopholes here,
100%. There's a few loopholes, but we are making sure that it's only the 5 basic items for camping.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So like even my front runner boxes that are full of everything else, I think maybe one of us should take tools just in case.
Yeah.
But like and probably one of us should take recovery gear.
But if it's
Yeah,
5
more
items,
loopholes.
where does this limitation stop? So if you have a box, that's an item. Every item inside the box is another item, right?
Okay. We're gonna have to We're gonna have to figure this one out.
We have
Yeah.
to figure this
Because
out.
this is something that we can do.
We've got to think about it though. Like some of the items are required for driving or repairs or recovery. Whereas like when
if we're
you
just camping, right?
when you stop the car
That's purely talk.
and
Just
it's like
camping.
and the fire's on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what do we need?
How are we going to light a fire?
Figure it out. Well, there's
Rub and sticks.
there's techniques to that.
Jeez.
There are techniques to that, and they take a while. So, yeah, that's really interesting. We need to know the limitations of this.
Well, if we go at
Yeah.
this time of year, we can't light a fire.
No.
So
That's true.
your torch will come in handy.
Yeah, my torch will come in very handy. None of you are allowed to use it.
Anyway, well, I wonder how we can
What's-
just take out the grey area and just utilise the 5 items that we mentioned.
Well, I wonder if people are still listening to this.
Good chance they're not.
Still listening to us talk, and if you are, thank you,
Good
congratulations.
chance they're not.
I wonder if they can help us out. If they've got any ideas that can
Yeah.
I
camping
think,
essentials.
I think a reasonable list could be 10 items. I reckon a reasonable list could be 10 items. And you're allowed to use your car as a bit of a cheat. Like, okay, you got a tailgate, there's your table, there's your chair kind of thing.
Yeah.
I-
Maybe we take
think-
everything out of our cars. Obviously,
Yeah.
we keep a toolbox, we keep a radio, keep recovery gear.
Yeah.
But everything else,
Yeah.
cutlery, utensils, like all that stuff, that's camping stuff. I think we take
Oh,
it
yeah.
out.
All right.
Bare bones it. Take
Alright.
10 things, eight things.
8 things now. I think next podcast, we bring in a list, we say one off at a time.
Yeah.
So we're not copying the list. And then we'll see what we actually ended up with.
Yeah.
How about
alright.
you guys give me your list and then I'll read them all out.
And then the worst list has to get a tattoo. No.
Yeah. While we're at it, might as well.
The person who caves in first.
No, I'd actually be keen to do that for a night away.
No, I think we actually do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
we
Good idea.
can
So-
have a chat out there too. And
So we don't show each other what it is. We just bring those 10 items.
I think we need to show each other what it is because I think we need to hold each other accountable to what's
Yeah, to
actually
what
in
we're
our
Oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
but you don't know until we go, right?
Nah.
No, I reckon then, like, say we're going to leave. This is, geez,
This is a
we are
brainstorming idea now.
spitballing here.
Oh,
This
wow.
this is probably for a meeting outside of on
Okay.
air, but
Okay.
let's just talk about it
All right.
quickly. Let's do like we're about to leave for the night away.
Yeah.
We all rock up and we show each other the 10 items or 8 items or whatever we're going to bring.
Yep.
Tick it all off with each other.
Yep.
We're all good. We've got our recovery gear and some tools and whatever that just in case something goes wrong. We're not going to be that far away, so it's probably not going to matter too much. But that's like we just tick it off, hold each other accountable to the 8 items, and then we take off all together.
Yeah, I reckon, before we leave, we search each other's cars as well.
Yes.
We make sure, we
Make sure Ronnie has removed his Tim Tam packet.
Yeah, exactly. The secret dark chocolate packets.
No, that's currency.
You're not allowed to bring it.
It's camping currency.
But that's like I'm dying for a Coke right now. Hey, you want some chocolate? I'll trade you for a Coke.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Like you go on a week-long, 2-week camping trip with people, like you're traveling, and I always hide something somewhere. And I even forget what the hell I brought. It gets to a point where I'm starting to run low. I'm starting to run low. It's like, let me go to my stash. I go to my stash and there's usually heaps of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I can trade with people.
I don't mind it. Look, I don't mind that.
It creates a good environment.
Not on this
interesting
trip.
environment.
Or you could bring it though, but they're not going to be much to trade for. I like that idea. Did you guys have something to cook with in your ideas? I know we're going to do another one with a proper sheet.
Shit.
Because you have to cook your own dinner. Like you can't use, how like when you go camping, everyone shares, and
okay,
we cooking our own dinners and stuff. Because
I don't know if I did.
Anyway, you've got another. You can have another go at it now.
Yeah,
it's 8 items. I'll just eat raw meat.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm bringing a cooker, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I'll be the most uncomfortable person at this bloody campsite.
Shovel and
what's your
toilet paper and toast.
What's your number one forgotten item? What have you forgotten the most? There's always something you forget.
Tell you what, I've forgotten sleeping gear a few times.
Yeah,
I've slept without pillows, dinners,
Interesting.
like everything.
Yeah.
Sleeping
So pillows
bags.
yours too? Yeah.
Pillow or paper towel?
I tell you what, one time.
Yeah, paper. That's mine as well. Paper towel. How good's paper towel?
Good.
Saves water.
Paper towel is good.
Yeah.
But they would be my 2.
Yeah. That's.
If anyone's out there has got a fix for me as to where to put my pillow or how to store them, that's not in a garbage bag in the back of my ute, I'd like to know it.
What's your alternative to a pillow? Though?
Just roll up jumpers.
I've got. I rocked up at camp once. I forgot my sleeping bag. The fix for me was leave the sleeping bag in the car, in the drawer, put it there, never forget it again.
Yep.
Rocked up to camp, set up everything, went to get bedding and stuff, and I was like, oh no, I've forgotten it. Just forgot everything. Went to bed with a towel over me, and this is like August, September, freezing.
Oh no.
Just a towel, went to sleep on the ground because I had a tent, not a swag. So I was sleeping on the floor of this tent. Woke up in the morning after a horrible sleep, driving out, opened the drawer, there's my sleeping bag.
Love that.
So there's not always a fix, mate.
Nah.
Sometimes you just have to beat your own brain.
No.
Yeah.
What's the alternative to a pillow? Did you have a good idea?
Towel.
Oh, towel. Yeah.
Towel or clothing.
Unless you need that for a doona.
Yeah.
Pick your poison.
Yeah. I usually wrap up clothes in a towel.
Yep.
And that works okay.
Yeah. You realise how nice your pillow is though when you're sleeping on a couple of jackets, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, yeah. And I like having 2 pillows.
Yeah. Oh, you sleep with 2?
I generally do, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Righto.
Yeah.
I'm just the one operator, but
Yeah, me too.
we got very sidetracked there. So I think that's enough on the essential gear. And I actually really do appreciate if you've hung around for that one because that was just the 3 of us having a laugh.
That was,
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. If you've listened to the full thing, you're a real loyal full driver.
What we did mention though is that I've taken my canopy off my car. So I am currently thinking up a bit of a new camping setup. So actually will be good fun to try and figure out how it all packs up with the 8 essential items that I'll be bringing on the trip. And I think, so part of my reasoning is the front runner boxes, which I've raved on about numerous times on the podcast.
Yes.
Sit in drawers, in a drawer under, obviously, the flatbed in the tub. So because of the boxes are the drawers, basically, I'm trialling getting the whole tub back and using it as a ute
You thought about a hard lid on the tub?
I have. I don't like them. Part of it is because I want to. I want my ute for stuff where if I need to throw a fridge in the back to move it, especially because we are doing some renovations at the house. I need the full space of the ute. So it's like, why don't I just rip the canopy off, which I love. I'll just hold on to that, and then I'm going to trial. Like I'm most interested to see how camping goes. In a ute. I've never really camped with it as a ute.
You could sleep in the back of it.
Well, yeah, I've done that before I had drawers in there. I had a hard canopy, like a fiberglass canopy, but I had slept in there before. The mattress sounds awesome. I'd kept the tailgate down, my legs sticking out the side. I thought I was going to get like dragged out of there by some murderer, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm excited because the front runner boxes I can just stack up at the back of the tub, and I don't really need them in a drawer. All the drawers, I love the kit, the front runner kit, because I've got that drawer system too. But it just hides my compressor really.
Yeah,
and I need a new compressor. I need a new dual second battery, and so I just want to start again.
Is he renovating his house, or is he renovating his car?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
I need ideas though, because I haven't done it as a ute before. So
Okay.
the boxes are going to stay because I absolutely love them, and I've got the front runner rack on top of the cabin as well. So that just works for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try stacking those up the back, and the fridge will be sitting lower, and I don't need a drop slide.
And they stack nicely too. But one thing I would suggest you do, I'd suggest all of us should actually do, right? Actually, I've done it recently, so it wouldn't really work for me. Take everything out of your car and look at it, and look at each item and try and remember the last time you used it.
Yeah.
And every single item you do recall using goes back in. Everything else, look at it and go, do I need it or do I not need it? Is it with me because it's an emergency? For example, you pull your bottle jack out. I mean, put that back in.
Yeah.
Because if you haven't used it, then good on you.
Yeah.
But put it in a bloody car.
Yeah.
But anything else, it could be like, it could be anything, like another knife, a torch you didn't know you had, just don't put it back in because you never used it anyway. Unless you were missing a torch and you couldn't find it, But I did that with my 79 when I took the canopy off the back, the little canopy. The amount of shit I pulled out that I'd never, ever used, ever, was phenomenal. It would have weighed like 50 kilos more.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it just takes up space. So I was always struggling for space.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it. If you don't use it, get rid of it.
Yeah. I reckon you find heaps of stuff.
I absolutely will. Yeah, I've been meaning to
find a
pull
sleeping
out the
bag
drawers. Yeah,
that
I'll
you
find
never
a sleeping
use.
bag. Like, that's where it was. I'll tell you what, I was so upset.
Oh, you would have been.
It was the worst night.
Flattening.
The worst night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep is underrated,
Oh,
especially when you're camping.
it would have been so much better if I had a swag, but being in a tent, there's no warmth
Was
retention.
it your first night?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the first night, I have the first night blues
Yeah.
camping. I think I've spoken about that before.
Yeah.
Never ever get a great sleep.
We had a few people that agreed with you on that.
It's weird.
Yeah. Common thing.
All right.
Are they
anyway.
driving late at night? That's my question. Were they driving late at night? Were you driving late at night? Okay.
It's just the first night when you're out,
'Cause
you're
it's
away
different.
from
I
everything.
don't know.
It's
Yeah.
just like
All
it's
right.
You
one
might
of
do it enough to like.
I sleep better
Yeah. See, the first.
if I'm in a swag.
Yeah.
If I'm not in a swag,
Okay.
first I'll get the same problem.
Yeah.
First night.
Second night, like a log, but
Okay. It's
first
because
night-
you're overtired.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I didn't sleep the night before, so it's just weird. Really light sleep, but anyway, I think that'll do on essential gear, and I think there's something in the framework for that. There's something to that. Let's do it.
Actually,
Yeah,
one more
it's a
question.
good challenge.
When we did the Adelaide show, because you then weren't sleeping at home, you were sleeping in another foreign place.
Yep.
Being Adelaide.
Yep.
A wonderful foreign place. But then, I love Adelaide.
Beautiful city, yeah.
Adelaide is
City of
my
churches.
favourite city to go to.
Yeah, right. It is a great spot.
It's nice.
So when we drove back from on that trip, did you have a good sleep in the first night there?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Yeah, we had the cowboy steaks, didn't we, that night?
Yeah.
I reckon I did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone did. It
I
was the
reckon I
last
did.
night I had,
Well.
I had a terrible sleep because we were up to a bloody...
Oh, yeah,
that
the
that
UFOs.
hit harder, yeah. And
looking
we were
at-
up so early.
Yeah.
No,
Just
I
the Elon
think
Musk
I
thing.
did, but I'd just done the big trip on the East Coast in half of that was in the swag.
Yeah.
And then, I hadn't been home for a while, so I think I was used to maybe just being out of my own bed a little bit more. Maybe that was it. It's a good question though, because I don't recall sleeping poorly that morning.
Okay, interesting.
I
I'm just trying to figure out what that might be.
Once you boys gave me my swag poles.
Oh yeah,
that was Jono's idea.
Okay, yeah. Tony's idea.
Yeah, Tony.
Oh, Tony's idea. Oh, Tony sent me a text the other day.
What a guy. I love Tony.
Great man.
Oh, sorry,
Great guy.
different Tony. Different Tony sent me a text.
Tony, you talking
what's
about
going on
GME
here?
Tony.
Crook.
Yeah, sorry,
Right.
I thought different
Anyway.
Tony. Yeah, because he heard the podcast about the radio, how I didn't know how to pair it up with. Yeah, he sent me a how-to video.
Did he?
Yeah.
Harry was playing around with his at Norwell.
Oh,
A couple
yeah.
of weeks ago.
Yeah.
He pulled him out and he's like, I don't even know how to use this just yet. Like, so many buttons.
Yeah.
And he was checking out with Tommy how far away it would and it was reading 24 metres south is where this transmission's coming from. And
Yep.
yeah, it was cool stuff. I just heard the fire.
Yeah.
So that obviously is the cue,
a
Ronnie.
cue, boys.
But it is time for around the fire pit where I shut the laptop and Jaden asks the questions from the listeners.
Well, let's hope everyone's been sticking around.
Forward Drive Podcast on Instagram is where you send these in.
The first question is,
There
what's
you
your
go.
5 essential? No.
Yeah.
So,
And from the top.
I know we've been talking about setting up a phone line and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting it
Getting
sorted.
it. Nice.
It's happening. So hopefully by the time this episode's live, we'll have some way for you to send in recordings or of
Awesome.
your voice or whatever it is.
Be good to hear the
Yes.
voice.
So we'll set something up. It'll be similar to a fine system from BackChat. If anyone's over listening to us from BackChat, or if anyone's listening to us and want to check out BackChat, we'll have something similar to that.
Yep.
Anyway, first question: Outback Off-Road NT. A couple questions for couple questions for the three of you. Favorite track / camp. We'll start with that one.
Favorite track / camp.
Yep. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Favorite track.
Yep.
Who wants to start?
I'm going to say Ambital Highway because it's 1,300 k's long and the track is not going to end for at least a week.
Oh, yeah. Trying to figure out what that meant, actually. I was like, what's finishing in a week? It takes that time.
It takes that time
Gotcha.
to travel, and
I'm
then
with
you end
you.
up in one of the coolest places,
Yep.
Mad Max Cooper Pedy.
I'm with you.
Oh yeah, the
Nice
underground.
camp near the plane crash. Yeah, that's my easy answer.
Is that for track and camp?
Yeah, because it's not like it's a difficult track. For periods of time, not much happens on it, but just knowing that you're remote in the bush for 7 days does it for me. Yep.
Yeah. I don't really... I mean, I haven't done a lot of tracks that are well known or... I haven't done a lot at all, but one that is close to Perth, I'm not sure if Perth local, but is part of the part of the Mundell track up the top end of it towards Perth. Is it Mundell track?
Mundell track.
The Mundaring to Albany track? Is that... That's the four-wheel drive
that
track, isn't it?
1,000k one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
Yeah, so it's really, really cruisy, really
Yeah.
easy, but it's actually quite nice. It's a great drive. You could do it in a fairly stock four-wheel drive, no worries.
How long did it take you? Did you do the whole lot?
No, I haven't done the whole lot. I sort of used it to get to like parts of Dwelling up and around that area. So I sort of cruised for, a little bit on there, and
Yep.
that was a beautiful drive. Not challenging at all, but just takes you a different way
Chilling.
to get down there. You're just cruising on a dirt road, and I think and there's plenty of offshoots as well that you can take.
Yeah. Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, but that track as another I suppose, vein to get down south, I suppose. Use it that way. But it was a good idea to have a look at. And you can do just little parts of it and then just jump back on the road and take off home if you want to have a look at it for a day and shoot off.
So okay. That's good. I never checked it out. I may have driven parts of it without
you
knowing.
you
but
probably have, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all different names of different roads. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's
you're
just
not
all
on the
joined
Mundell
up.
track. It's just that's the route. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the Mundell. There's a couple of different names. Like
Okay. I think they were extending it or something.
they
too.
were. I think they were going from Albany maybe towards Esperance, or they were cutting back up to Kalgoorlie or something like that. I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one's a good one to look at.
There you go.
camp.
Sorry.
Camp
Oh,
spot?
camp spot. Yeah. To be honest, one of my favourites. I might have said another one before, but I'm thinking of it because it's connected to the Mundale track a little bit, but is a camp on the Murray River in Dwelling Up, not in the main, the paid campsite section, outside the park. And it's a little secret spot that I got made aware of and sent the coordinates of, and it is prime time camping.
Is it off a track that like Captain something?
Captain Fawcett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. No.
Sorry, I wasn't.
That's why I didn't say Fawcett.
I'm only joking. It's
wasn't
towards.
looking.
It's around there, but it's not
Okay.
off that track. No.
Yeah.
But it's.
Yeah.
I think it's. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very, very close.
Yeah.
Great little spot. I think we could potentially do our little camp down there.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Potentially.
Yeah.
It's a good spot.
So, just speaking of Captain Fawcett, camped there recently, and I forgot about the freaking mine site
Yeah.
all night.
Yeah.
So annoying. So
Yes.
annoying.
Yeah, you do deal with that down there, but
Yeah.
beautiful.
Is that at your campsite too, though? That sound? Depending on which way the wind blows?
Which is a few years ago now. I don't remember it being
Cool. So
That,
it's
that,
away
that
from
was
it.
actually the same spot that the fox was in the tent.
Oh,
Remember the story of
Yeah,
Lauren thinking
yeah.
there's a fox in the tent or
Yeah.
something? Yeah, that was that spot.
Yep.
Yeah. So
the imaginary fox.
yeah, in the rooftop tent. Yeah, that is my leg.
That one.
Yeah.
Jaden, track, camp. I know you've asked him the question, but hey, he did ask you as well.
Yeah, he did say 3.
I don't know that track.
Track.
You been on the arm track?
You guys haven't done that one? It's a good one. I should definitely go check it out.
It's just out of art.
There's a track that goes from Coral Bay or just under Coral Bay to Ningaloo. I enjoy that track just because it takes me to my favourite camp spot, which is Windarabandi Point.
Yeah.
Love that.
Is this in a Yardie Creek kind of thing, or?
No, so Yardie Creek's further up from Windarabandi, but it's like a track that kind of connects the whole coastal route. It starts like you can get on just past Carnarvon. You basically go up all the way. Oh. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if it's a track or anything, but it's it's one of my favourite ones.
Nice.
And then there's also D'Entrecasteaux National Park. I really enjoy the tracks down there.
Yep.
Those are really nice.
Yeah, they're good.
And that down south, like, it's like a wet, the wet feel of down south. Yeah, I like that.
Heaps of water down there.
Yeah. Bit of water down
big
south.
ocean.
Yeah.
It's also when it's 42 degrees in Perth, it's generally 21 down there,
Yeah, which is nice.
And if it is 40 down there, it could change to 20 next day.
What do you guys call that here? A stezza.
Did I just?
Nah, Jaden and a testy pop is what I call it from Victoria. We all have them, mate. It's all good.
I'm turning 18 next week, boys.
Yeah.
Hold off.
Oh right, okay. I didn't even notice.
No, just a little quiver.
Would you like fries or that?
All right.
Jeez, this has been
All
quality.
right. The
today.
last one. If you could only have one car for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Who's asking this question?
Outback Off-Road NT.
Oh, he's getting.
So he's got 3. He's got 3.
If you get one car and that's all you could have for the rest.
One car for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Oh man, don't ask that.
I'm going to Troopy.
Troopy.
Yep.
Why?
I'd have the 3 seats in the back, so for the rest of my life, if I wanted to have some kids later on down the track, fit them in. You got heaps of space in the back.
10 seats.
Oh yeah, 10 if I want to keep the old bench seats.
Poor Lauren.
But it's just been a dream for a long time, and I feel like one of those ones that just anytime, anywhere sort of thing. A Troopy.
Yeah. The only thing that would turn me off having like a 70 series is the space in the back.
Yeah.
For like families and stuff, it's not. And there's the airbag issue.
Yep. I might do the 4-seat conversion like Ronnie.
Yeah.
One car for the rest of my.
Pick one, Ronnie. Nissan Patrol.
Grenady.
Mitsubishi Triton.
Triton. Yeah.
Triton.
No, I'll say a Hilux because you can push it off a cliff and then come back next day and it's washed up again.
As long as you're not in the car.
You mightn't wash up that well.
Yeah. For me, 100 series Land Cruiser, 200 series Land
questions.
Cruiser, one of those two would
Tough
be the
questions.
one. I think like it's Yeah.
What would Outback Off-Road NT, is that the name?
Yep.
Yeah,
Outback
what
Off-Road
would
NT.
yours be?
Yeah, tell us your favourite track, camp, and favourite car.
Would he keep his single cab V8 brand new one he's got? That's what I want to know.
Oh, we know Outback Off-Road NT.
I know who he is.
right.
I'm pretty sure. Is this his Instagram or YouTube handle?
Instagram.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Friends.
Friends.
Can I ask a question to the listeners about the interviews?
Yes.
I can ask that?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are still with us, there might be 3 people. So
We've been going for an hour, so.
let us know who you want. But we just want some feedback on who you guys would like us to interview potentially throughout the four-wheel drive industry. And if there's someone that comes back with weight in numbers, then we might look at trying to get them on the show if they're if they're up for it and available and actually happy to come on. So if someone far outweighs anyone else,
Think outside the box too. I like outside the box thinking.
and we love having guests on. It adds another dimension to what we're doing, so it keeps us on track from doing what we did today. But we just want to put that out there. So I think we might, hopefully get some good results because we're getting plenty of buy-in from you guys, which we appreciate across the socials and YouTube, and muchly appreciated. So give us a little bit more feedback. Who do you want us to interview?
Yeah.
Put that out there.
Am I saying 2 words again?
I'll give you the cue.
The 2 words was the Patreon last week.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Do you want to end the 2 words?
No.
Do you want me to just sign us off? And
sign us off.
Well, that's
Okay.
it. That's it, Jaden.
Well, yeah.
Nothing else around the fire pit wise.
Let's talk about what we need to talk about on Patreon.
All right.
Let's reveal that there.
Sweet. Right over.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going to happen again.
Let's go.
The four-wheel drive fit. Let's go. The four-wheel drive podcast driven by Shelter. That was the essentials of camping. Music by the Southern River Band. Let it ride. Four-wheel drive podcast on Instagram. All of the episodes over at BackChat's YouTube. And thank you again to our Patrons. We'll be chatting to you soon.
And what are your 5 items? More than 2 words there.